Yo, what's up guys? I'm making this video today because I wanted to talk about one of Ark's most underrated creatures, what I consider to be Ark's most underrated creature by quite a lot, and that is going to be the Dunkley Osteus. So today I'm going to be going over kind of why are they so good and everything that they could do. I really have no idea why these guys have gone under most players' radars for so long, so hopefully you learned something about these guys today, and let's get into it. This guy can harvest like no tomorrow, and I say that because the Dunkley Osteus is so good at harvesting most of Ark's grindier resources like stone, oil, obsidian, and metal, and really the only resources you're not going to be able to effectively farm are things like wood, because they're on the land, and pearls. And that is about it. Really every other resource this guy can harvest very quickly and in bulk. I've gone ahead and pulled up the Dododex page just so you can kind of see what we're dealing with when it comes to harvesting for the Dunkley Osteus. As you can see, it is rated number 1 for gathering in obsidian, number 3 in metal, and number 2 for oil. If we go to obsidian to take a closer look, the next best is the Magmasaur, which isn't even in the game yet, and the Mantis with the pickaxes and the Ankylosaur are tied at 3 and 4 with a score of 4.1 compared to the Dunkley Osteus' 4.6, and the Dunkley Osteus has a 75% weight reduction. This is not even close. If we go to the metal harvesting, again we can see the only ones better than the Dunkley Osteus are the Textrider and Magmasaur, which are not in the game yet. They are only in Ark Survival Evolved. The Ankylosaurus, which is widely considered the best metal gatherer, is right behind the Dunkley Osteus with a score of 4.2, but the Dunkley Osteus I would still consider better, as the amount you get from normal ocean rocks is so much. It just saves you a trip to the mountain with your Ankylosaurus and just lets you go in the water real quick, harvest up some rocks, you don't have to look for metal nodes, and get just as much, if not more. And next up we have oil, which again the Dunkley Osteus is the best real harvester. The gotcha is technically better than it, but we're not messing with any gotcha stuff right now. We're just focusing on plain harvesting. What are you going to get the most oil from going to harvest normal oil nodes? The Dunkley Osteus is the best, and you can see it has 50% weight reduction right there. Everything else right here is pretty decent at harvesting for the Dunkley Osteus. Stone is a 3.3. I personally think this is the best stone gatherer in the game, besides the Doedicurus, of course, because the Doedicurus is just OP. But other than that, the Dunkley Osteus is insane at harvesting stone. You're going to be gathering metal and stone at the same time, as they both come from the normal ocean rocks. You'll get so much of both of these resources from, and everything else it's just decent at. And you can see its weight reductions right here. So I really just shown the main reason why the Dunkley Osteus is so good, and that is its harvesting ability. This should be fairly obvious after seeing everything it's so good at, but that's not all it can do, okay? The Dunkley Osteus is a pretty decent fighter as well. Sure, it's not the best in Ark's oceans, it's obviously not the fastest in Ark's oceans, but for what you're doing, which is going to be harvesting ocean rocks most of the time, it gets the job done. You're not going to be encountering any Moses or Tuzos normally, so your main threat is going to be things like Megalodons and Zafactinus, occasionally Plesiosaurs, and you can win that fight 99% of the time if you're fighting an equal level wild creature. Okay, the Dunkley Osteus does sacrifice some of its speed. It is one of the slowest ocean mounts, but it makes up for that in its health and melee damage, especially if you're pumping points into these attributes. They can get out of hand pretty fast, and if you do that, you're basically unstoppable in Ark's oceans. With pretty much everything that Dunkley Osteus can do being said now, there's only one more thing to cover, and that's how easy these are to obtain. They are a knockout tame in the ocean with slow speed. It really doesn't get easier than that, which is why I really don't know why people don't take advantage of these creatures. So if you've watched to this point and haven't tamed a Dunkley Osteus yet, what are you doing? Go tame one right now and test out everything I've just told you, and you will be shocked at how these creatures have flown under the radar for so long. And with that, I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.